Come on, Mr. YouTube. There we go. All right. Welcome, community. Welcome all. I got to do some new things here. I have a newsletter I'm going to send right now. So people are getting informed because today is the last day for the coupon. So I'll be explaining everything. But here we're going to be sending out to the community newsletter that just went out. And then, so if you got that notification within the next like 45 minutes to an hour, you can click over here and check it out. But even later, you can see this on the replay. Now I'm just sending YouTube, no, Instagram and Facebook a notification. Waking up the community. Got a lot to talk about. Got a lot to talk about. Oh boy. It's all good. It's all exciting. It's all overwhelming. Let me just double check the old YouTubes here. Make sure. No, Instagram. That's what keeps missing here. Instagram. Cool. All right. Just talking to Jamie Barrows here. Just ordered copies of Blood Maidens #1. So that drops tomorrow? No, drops Wednesday. So April 1st, Blood Maidens, the Brutal Blade of CROM Crew. Wait a second. I think there is. I have. Yeah, here we go. There's the cover, actually. But this is on the back of the Brutal Blade of CROM #3. So Brutal Blade of Blood Maidens #1, all female, barbaric, just crazy good stuff is going to be in there. 3 issues consecutively coming out. Jamie just texted back. May 1st will be #2, and I have a 14-pager that I did back in 2014 that I dusted off, and it's called Wench. It is full color, but we're running it black and white. Something I've been really looking forward to re-engaging. So this was an awesome opportunity. But mark on your calendars, April 1st, in 2 days, you get some just amazing work from the Brutal Blade of CROM Crew and some other additional people like myself. So really exciting news about that. And cool. Okay. So I just ordered copies, so I will have copies in the store, which I'm going to review all the comics that are in the store right now to order. But today is the day. It's the last day for the coupon. It's 20% off. If you go over to cromthebarbarian.com, on the front page is the page-by-page flip through of all the greatness that is coming forth. And it's this mock-up that's now in print and will be only in print for a limited time. I want to sell comics. I've sold 7 so far. So I'm only 3 away. People have really been taking advantage of the 20% off coupon. And that's your entire order. So people are getting books. And like I said, why don't I go through them right now? So there's so many books that are in the library right now. I have copies of all 3 of the Brutal Blade of CROM. Of course, I have Turbo Teasers. This has been one of the newest additions. Adam Bennett. And this is the entire story that he has done for CROM. Real sweet masterpiece here. So I have copies in the CROM library. the shop. Relic Hunters. I think I'm only down to one copy of Relic Hunter number 2, so we got to get on that. More Jamie Barrows, Cyber Zerker, Jim Gullett, complete collections from the first 4 CROM stories he did for Lucky Comics. Timothy Gripper's first comic. This is Gorge the Seeker. Really fantastic read based on an awesome little known film called Circle of Iron, which was co-written by Bruce Lee. Love me some Jeff Lafferty. Got the Berserker Knot. Got a couple copies in there. Of course, we always have Drawn Sword in there as well. We have also copies of the very, very first 2018 edition, the 2024 edition, Lillian Chesney's Arabian Nights, full color restoration and reprint. And then, of course, CROM Anthology number 1. So one of the biggest clarities I just want to have out there is, the international shipping. I am internationally shipping friendly on the print-on-demand work that I have. So right now, that is the mock-up number 2, which we're going to go through and talk about a little bit more. CROM Anthology number 1, Lillian Chesney's Arabian Nights, 2024 CROM, 2018 CROM. So these are internationally, can get anywhere in the world. Better yet, these 3 books are on Amazon. If you want to get directly to it, go to cromthebarbarian.com. There's a link in the menu. It's Amazon, and you'll be they'll be able to take you to each one of these. So if you have an Amazon Prime account, I definitely encourage you to use it because you're going to get free shipping. And so far that I've ordered from them, it's like a 2-day turnaround on getting a printed book. So it's pretty amazing. I'm actually right now working on getting CROM Anthology number 1 up on Amazon. So that'll be hopefully very, very soon. I'm looking to get on it again next week. But everything else is domestic shipping. And the 20%, though, applies for international and domestic. I did make an indication at the top of each of the descriptions for each book. So some say only U.S. shipping and some say international, ships worldwide, that kind of thing. Yes, we have tons of books here, and we have Blood Maidens on the way. I ordered another book. What did I? Oh, where is it? Oh, I just added this one actually a couple days ago. Battlestar Barbarian. So got a couple copies in the store for this as well. So really excited to have gotten a copy, read it. I'm on a second read right now. I mean, this is going to be about 14 reads because it is absolutely amazing. And of course, can't wait for issue number 2. But Battlestar Barbarian is available in the CROM store. As well as all of these other individuals. And of course, once they get low or I get sold out, I'll, basically every book kind of comes from their own source. So, I got to just wait for everything's gone and then pick them up. This is another print on demand through Blurb. I believe I put a link in there. If not, if you go to Blurb and type in CROM Altar of the Serpent, you can get this directly from Adam Bennett. Either way, a must-have for CROM readers. Of course, you got Turbo Pit Fighter, which is also got a PDF too. So get there. There's also PDFs for these 3 CROMs. So if you just want a PDF version, 20% off. You can get all of those and have them in your library for good references. And of course, Brutal Blade of CROM. Whew. All right. So let's see if anybody's in the live stream. Yeah, I got people coming in. All right. Good morning, everybody. Close to good afternoon. And as I said, I want to sell 10 copies of this. Sold 13 copies to for CROM Anthology Mock-Up #1. So that was a pleasant surprise. This is going to be available till this is alive and out in the wild, the real deal. But today is the last day for the 20% off coupon. So just wanted to use that, as well as this time in giving everybody an update on where things are. The other news is we are 30 days away from the deadline on final art. But I have to tell you, most of the art is already coming in, or has already arrived, I should say. Yeah. So it's pretty darn exciting to have so much work that's going to be in the anthology. You know, it's already completed, and looking forward to the other work coming forward. You know, that's that. I have already started working. Boy, just when you think you have everything. Oh, here they are. So I have started inking my work. 8 pages of Rogan of the North has been inked or you know, re-inked. I had to, because they were really low res PDF files. I wanted to get a sharper, and I also wanted to go through David's kind of approach and technique. He just used 2 Sharpies, the really thin one, the fine point one, and then your regular Sharpie you always just have, and everything like that. So these have been completed and scanned, so they're ready for print. Then let's see, this morning I put a good decent amount of work into the second part of John Molina's CROM and the Serpent's Lair. Yep, CROM and the Serpent's Lair. And of course, this is my fun time with Zipatone and Amerimanga style. So once again, can't thank John enough for putting the time and efforts in for his comic and his story. First comic produced, first comic printed, you know, gave me the opportunity to ink, and he's just sent me an amazing pinup that'll be used for the title page in order to kind of give you an update on, you know, the connection with part 1 to part 2. So that's really exciting news. So as I said, I cut my own Zipatone in Photoshop. So I made my own screen based on some newsprint, and then just Photoshop, you know, you throw a filter on there for, I think it's halftone I use or something. So anyways, so that's a huge 13 by 19 sheet that goes right on there. And then I just, you know, use the X-Acto blade in Photoshop and cut them out. Then I have the type, and then John's pencils, and then they get reduced down to 10% ghost, so I can ink right over the top of them. I just finished using the Fudenosuke hard tip. I will be doing some finer lining with the High-Tech C5. But this gives you a really good idea. Hand lettered by me as well, written by John. So it was kind of fun all around and everything. So really excited about this. And as I move onward and upward, getting very much excited about Jamie Barrow's Barbarians in the Pit. CROM is a character in the story, but Jamie is really like gone buck wild. And so there's all these barbarians brought by this wizard into, you know, an arena type of situation. These are the pages. You know, I've been wanting to ink something substantial by Jamie. CROM came up in the conversation. He was really interested in doing this story, so turned it over to me for the inks. So really excited about getting into the inks on that. I'm not going to take too much time here. This is an 11 pager. I'm actually going to do a page count here. So of like how many pages I have to, ink, finish inking or ink, period. Oh, here's page 11. And then grab that one. Got a dragon. I don't know if you can see that. It's going to be pretty cool. So my CROM Junior, which is done in full color and then reproduced in black and white. And then once I've done all 6 of the stories, it will get its own book in full color. So really excited about that. So we got 6 pages here. So let me just take my pencil. Here we go. So I already had 8 for Rogan. It's 8 for John's Serpent, 11 for Jamie Burrows, 6 for CROM Junior. Is that 5? Okay. And then CROM Daring. CROM Daring, I believe, is a 9er. 8? No, it's only 8. Yeah, it's only 8. Cool. All right, so math-wise, 17, 25, 16. It's 41 pages right there. Other than this is going to be the topic for for today, because I'm a bit overwhelmed, but I have come up with a strategy. So let me bring back the mock-up, because that's what it's all about. Oh yeah, so keep that here. Of course, the cover is another thing I'm going to have to do, as well as some illustrations. But with everybody getting their work in by the 30th, it's really helpful for me in curating the book as a whole as it's coming through. This is 252 pages. Let's just open up somewhere. 252 pages of sword and sorcery goodness. But I've got to keep it under 200 because just cost effectiveness, I can't be up in the 250s because I was for CROM Anthology #1. And I'm hoping actually with Amazon, because they do have cheaper printing, there might be a price drop on this. But this right now is at 35, and that's because if I was to go to which I have, I just sold a bunch of copies, a couple copies of this and this to a comic book store at half price. So at a half price, 35, and half price 25. 2 books each, 25. Yeah, I got, yeah. So anyhow, it works out for both of us, the comic book store and everything like that. So, and it's print on demand, gives me the ability to do international and the likes. But it's a little on the steep side. So yeah, cover is a part of it, and then there's illustrations, which it's a day or two or whatever. For Ollie's CROM Caught in the Weird, Ian Stone's prose, The Cult of Apep, and Apep, yeah, Apep. And this is not Apep, this is Set, and Set, yeah. Yeah, I have the illustrations. I have some other stuff. Well, here's Jamie Burrows, Barbarian Pits. We just went over to John. So I'm going to be cutting back on, this is right now at 40 pages, but I'm just going to do part 1 of CROM and the Green Doom of Yagnargas. So kind of makes me feel a little right, because remember, this is all about low to no stress. This is not a high moving business model making money in the side. So, you got to be realistic, as well as I don't want people to be overwhelmed about anything. So please keep open communication. If deadlines are too tight for you, you need some more breath and everything. But the reality is, I'm going to be doing this for a while. As long as I can foresee in me accomplishing my venture with CROM, there's going to be CROM anthologies at 200 pages and stuff going forward. But collecting work, I'm figuring that out. So once I have everybody's work after the 30th of April, it'll be very easy for me to keep curating the book. So, like I said, I've already pushed to the shelf 2 stories, a Lala story and a general CROM story. So they're not even in my sites right now. So I'll be doing I think it's about 11 pages for the illustration of CROM and the Green Doom. And then what else do we have here? I got to ink. 7 is I got to ink part 2 of CROM Daring, part 2 of CROM Junior. I have to do the lettering, not a very big deal. This is like a 1-dayer of Rick Frayne and Alyssa's The Seer photo comic. Illustration already drawn, just need to finish it inking wise for Bludgeon's Blood Spider. Also, I want to add to the second CROM anthology. I'll be adding on to the last page. Charging. So feel good. I feel good. The obvious is that I'm not going to have all of this done by the end of the month. So I do want to be completely transparent that, I will be taking my time in getting everything inked and therefore everything coming together in curation. But there's a lot of anomalies that I have found in the first 2 ventures that I've done, from starting off with my CROM collected, learned a lot. And then CROM Anthology #1, learned a lot. And I'm still learning a lot right now on CROM Anthology 2. I have said this before. I believe once I've cleared CROM Anthology 3, the process is going to be pretty smooth and like A, understanding, B, accomplishing, and then most importantly, the connection. Because my primary goal is to build the community. It's a place not only for CROM Anthology, but as you've seen with other works, like, the greatest example so far is CROM and the Altar of the Serpent from Adam Bennett, which is, being put in CROM anthologies at like 7-page, 8-page intervals, but it's already done. And now, you'll get a little segment in here, but if you're just hungry for the whole thing, you now have the opportunity to grab an entire copy and have it, and read it over and over as I have, and enjoy it. But also in the same kind of idea of the manga model, I have my CROM Daring, my CROM Junior. Those are already slanted for like, I think about 6 sections parts, and then they would be condensed, brought into a Tokuban kind of thing, a collection, and a standalone on that. So others here, I'm hoping over time. I mean, here's another great example is Ron Parsons and Drawn Swords, CROM Courageous, already completed, inked this time around. I mean, the pencils we thought were bonkers enough to have, but as Drawn Sword does, I mean, he pushes. Like, these are pencils. I tweak a little bit in Photoshop, but I really do want that pencil texture. But he's pushed it into inking them for this segment. So 3 11 pagers. So that'll be coming out as a standalone At this rate, probably we would see the standalone at the end of 2027 or thereabouts out there, because we would have the third installment in CROM Anthology number 3. So that's the real kind of like message I'm really trying to get out. I know everybody, including myself, we're trying to at least get back what we're investing to a sensible point. In other words, I spent all my time in fashion, making a comic book. I want to get it out there. I want to sell many as I can. But the goal right now, which I have not reached in the community, is to sell 100 copies without a Kickstarter every time I put the book out. So every time an anthology goes out and is released, immediately it sells 100 copies, because there's a fan base and a community built around that. And then, of course, having the amazing time going through an anthology, there's a good chance, I'm betting, you're going to fall in love with Drawn Sword's work. And so then, that's where having the other works in the store there is king. And we're building. I mean, I'm going into my second year sort of officially. I mean, literally just starting my second year with CROMTheBarbarian.com and building the community. And building the community was just really based on the CROM Anthology number 1 being built and stuff. So these are the major ideas moving forward. And other than just trying to be a publisher in the traditional sense, and which I can't uphold right now, in all honesty, because I am a working artist. I have my own deadlines on not only CROM projects, but other projects that I have in commission work and the like. Once again, it has to be no stress and a joy. I'm looking for people who really enjoy this kind of work, barbaric, intergalactic barbarian, sci-fi. I'm just looking to get everybody kind of as many people in there and everything. And it's happening. It very much is happening. So I have no disappointment right now. As a matter of fact, it just gets me over and over again in excitement that I'm at this point, and this is happening, and this is going. But like I said, I'm finding that by the time I get through anthology number 3, everything will be hammered out. Figuring things out will be pretty hammered out. And I think the most important thing is the trust that people, by working with me in the system that I have now, that I am still working out, we're going to have trust, and things will be going from there. So, I'm super excited about what's happening, and I hope you are as well. And I really don't have that much more to share. I know once I press stop, I'll be like, oh, darn it, I should have. But I will be getting on here to talk more and more about going in. And moving forward, very soon, I'm going to be reaching out to creators to get them on a podcast with me, which I've done in the past. Right now, the timing just hasn't been working with some of the ones, but the ones that I have slanting, I think is going to come about. And of course, we have a lot of new contributors, so I want to get them, in the swing of talking, because the thing that I feel is most like working well is the connection I'm making bit by bit. It's like every time I go live and I make my little they call them magic clips I cut out, under a minute, and it's a segment from me talking for 45 minutes about what it is. I'm capturing people's attention, And the whole idea is just keep getting that attention. It's all about building the community, but the community is paralleled with building trust. And that just takes time and proof of who I am and how I'm going about it. But like I said, I feel great. I'm starting to get things very much in alignment. I believe by the time I get to the end of the month, and I'm receiving work from the deadline and negotiating all that, it'll just be work mode, if you will, other than life coming in and getting commission work or having to move over here and work on this, to keep my business alive, and everything. So with that, I really take quirk. This is just every time this mock-up alone idea, because I had done it first with CROM Anthology 1. It was just all a whim. It was a whim where I was like, I'm going to print out a mock-up for myself. I wonder if anybody else would be interested in a copy of the mock-up. Like I said, I sold 11 copies to community members, and then I have 2. So yeah, man. Oh man, look at that. Yeah, Mello. Hey, thank you. And Sardonicus, thank you. So got some comments over there in the chat. But selling is a part of it, but it's not the kind of overall goal. The overall goal, like I said, is building a community. It's getting people aligned and my dream is CROMTheBarbarian.com is a one-stop sword and sorcery indie comic place to go, and yeah, and it's coming together. It's coming together. Oh, look at that. There's a James Anthony so is that. And as I've told people, I am very transparent. I'm also easy to communicate with. Kurt at CROMTheBarbarian.com is just the fastest and easiest way to get a hold of me, and talk. More Jamie Barrows. This is fun because where are you? Where are you? Here it is. So here's the digest version. What is this? I keep forgetting. It's 5x7. No, 8.5. 5.5 by 8.5. Really cool size. Full color. And man, when I got through this, I immediately contacted Jamie and said, man, I'd love to see these black and white 8.5 by 11. Can we do it? And he's like, hell yeah. he got me relayed out pages to see it. Because this is one of the other things I love is seeing people's work in color, and then wanting to see it in the 8.5 by 11 format, black and white in a nice thick volume. So I'm super excited about having this in here as well. So, but it's everything is good. We're moving forward. And Ryan Dirks, some layouts for his Zolak Stonewalker. Love that name, Stonewalker. So yeah, that's all I got. I want to keep everybody too crazy. Got Dexter Jones, the God CROM. But I also have to say, one of the things I've been getting comments on is people have been feeling the encouragement that my project has. And once again, that's way more important than trying to shove books down people's throats and pulling money out of their pockets. It all comes eventually on that side of the business. But that place where somebody feels like they can align with working, creating, getting their story together, and being able to share it. So I really feel good that that's coming along very well. And I have been getting emails and Instagram messages, thanking me, and that's worth more than any dollar amount is going to add up to. And that makes me feel like things are going very, very successful. But in closing, just want to say again, CROM Anthology #2, the mock-up, will be in the wild for sale till the real deal is out there, and then it will stop. And then the ones that had been purchased and printed will be artifacts, items of value in the future, when and how that ever happens. But that is one of the ideas, is that, if you're really a true fan and want to show the support, get a hold of a copy. International shipping, just to have everybody understand, are my print on demand books, which are these four books. No, 5 books. Where's the yes. So these 5 books all are on print on demand. So if you're anywhere in the world, you can get a hold of them. These 3 books are on Amazon. And on Amazon, if you go to cromthebarbarian.com in the top left hand, or in the menu, number 1, it'll say Amazon. Go to there. These 3 books all have links to the Amazon pages where you can purchase them. If you have an Amazon a Prime account, you're getting free shipping. And I've been getting these shipped to me in like 2 days. So for some of the stock that I have in selling to stores and going out to shows and everything. So because Amazon's a little cheaper than Lulu in that department, which is something I'm also going to keep figuring out as that goes along. Being on Amazon, I think, is just a really good move for anybody in publishing, but it is it's a lot of work. They're very, very specific about the formatting of the books, and I think I've cracked that code, so I'm pretty excited. But as I also said, and I've shown, and I'm going to do it again, I have some amazing work in the CROM library, the Brutal Blade of CROM crew. Blood Maidens #1, April 1st goes on sale. I just ordered copies, so they will be in the CROM shop. As soon as they get in there. But super excited because I will be in the second Blood Maidens, Drawn Sword limited edition intergalactic bounty hunter, printed by Drawn Sword and also numbered. It's all the Cyberzerker, Adam Bennett, CROM and the Altar thing. Issue 2 and 1. I think I'm only down to 1 issue of Relic Hunter #2. One of my favorite indie comic sword and sorcery wise in there. Oh, there we go. Wow, we got a bunch of people in there. Jamie Jones, or Jamie Barrows. Sorry, Jamie Barrows. Melanie. Nice, Mellow. Yes. Oh man, this is great. So this is what I mean. This is the thing that gets me all charged up. I love it. Jim Gullett's first 4. Still one of my favorite versions of CROM. There's some others coming up on him, but I just think Jim Gullett really nails in every position of CROM's face, really expresses who CROM is. Jeff Lafferty, Berserker Not copies, and the first of many comics that will be coming from Grimothy Ripper, Gorge the Seeker. So, and this was an awesome little digest published by Jamie Barrows, by the way. So shouts out there. But really using the inspiration and motivation of a Bruce Lee script, co-written by Bruce Lee, for a movie. If you really want to find something and dig into it, a 70s martial arts-ish movie, starring, David Carradine's in it, but Circle of Iron. So check that out. And it's some good stuff. Oh, and then I keep forgetting. Just got copies the other day for Battlestar Barbarian. So, I think this has got some really hot momentum, and it's bloody obvious why. Look at this. Ghostly, or it's Gabe Ostley and Stefan Reckenseidler. I mean, really incredible. Story's great. Art is great. And we are now all waiting for to be continued, issue number 2. So everything's available domestically if it's loose, not in my print on demand section, or control, let's say. It's only in US, but there's a coupon over there. Check it out. You get 20% off your entire order. So thank you to everybody. And I look forward to doing this again and sharing my progress and the progress of others on on our CROM Anthology number 2. Take care, everybody. Thanks for joining me in the live stream, and we'll see you soon again.